How you doing? Mark Brouker here. We're in California, San Diego. We're in lockdown, and we're good with that. So I'm taping this from my backyard. So if you hear some birds flying around, that's where I am. But I want to talk about leadership in challenging times, and there's no question we are in challenging times. And we're going to talk in a minute about what a leader can do to help their team get through this. But before I begin, I got to just tell you, I've read some pretty impressive stuff today about what my thoughts are about the future. You know, in World War II, when we got attacked by Japanese forces in Pearl Harbor, the country was really down. The economy was not that good. We weren't producing any kind of armaments. By the time that war was over, Ford Motor Company in Willow Run up in Detroit was literally building one B-24 Liberator an hour. That's incredible. And what happened is the entire private enterprise mobilized, and that's how we won that war in World War II. America's greatness shone through tremendously. You know, I read this article. It was in the Wall Street Journal, man. This guy's talking about that. The article is written by Arthur Herman, Make America the Medicine Chest of the World. He said, we won World War II because we smothered the enemy in an avalanche of production, the like of which had never seen possible nor dreamed possible. We're going to get through this thing. We're going to unleash American ingenuity and greatness. We're the greatest country in the world, the greatest country that's ever been on the face of this earth. We're going to get through this thing. So hang in there. We will get through it. We'll come up with some vaccines and some treatments and whatnot. But in the meantime, as a leader, let's talk about what you can do as a leader to help your team get through this. Hey man, the key is you got to bring calm out of chaos, and you got to have some level of optimism to get through this thing. And again, there's an elephant in the room. It's this coronavirus. We don't know what's going to happen. There's fear. But as a leader, what you must do, two things: bring calm out of chaos and show some level of optimism. The reason I got those two, the Leader's Bookshelf, Admiral Stavridis wrote this book with a gentleman by the name of Manning Ansel. Anyway, they talked to 200 general and admirals throughout the Navy, National Guard, Air Force, the whole gamut, and reviewed all the great readings of these tremendous leaders. And at the end of that intense study, Admiral Stavridis said, you know, there's two things that it seems like every admiral must do. Every leader must do is bring calm out of chaos and show some level of optimism. That's what we need to do. So how do you do that? How do you do that? I tell you, there's one thing that leaders must do, and I've been coaching some leaders to do this. I've talked to two just in the last 24 hours. They say, my team's nervous, my team's concerned. What do you think? I say, hey man, you got to get out in front of them. Do a virtual town hall or a real town hall. It's probably impossible now, but if you could do some social spacing, social distancing, but just do a virtual town hall. And if you do nothing else, just get out there and say, give a couple of very quick talking points, maybe not even do any talking points, meaning don't say anything. I am here to answer your questions on the situation. And during the course of that conversation, you'll have your talking points, you'll be able to get them out. But that's how you calm the folks' nerves. And when you also given these virtual town halls, remind them of the importance of their job. Every job out right now is extremely important. And talk about the importance of their job. If you're going to have layoffs, be honest. Don't sugarcoat it. Be honest up front. People can handle the truth if they know the truth. It's the fear of the unknown that gets people pretty antsy. I'm just going to tell you a quick story of how that at the town hall. And I guess the other thing that's really important is even if you don't have all the answers, I guarantee you don't have all the answers. No one's got all the answers with this thing. But don't let that impede you from getting in front of your folks and answering their concerns and listening to their concerns is really the key thing here. So I just got to tell a quick story. I was up in Bremerton, commanding officer up there, and we had a little crisis brewing. What happened, this is, I think, 2009. The government was going to shut down. And again, I don't even want to try to compare that to what we are right now, but it was a crisis, and the point will be made. So what was happening, the bottom line is the government was going to shut down. I had 400 civilian employees who were basically looking at getting laid off. No paycheck. No benefits. It was a big deal. And we did all these contingency plans to keep the hospital open. But and every time I got an email from higher headquarters, but not the White House, Navy Medicine West or BUMED, basically my bosses, I sent them immediately to these 400 and everyone else who needed to know about the information. And I wasn't making any decision with this thing. All these decisions on what we're going to do with these folks and what was going to happen, whether they're going to get furloughed or not, was way above my pay grade. And I felt like they were informed. My XO at the time, my assistant chief operating officer, Ken Iverson, tremendous leader, he came up to me and said, "Sir, you need to have some lunch and learns and some town hall meetings with these folks and answer their questions and have some interaction with them." I thought it was a stupid idea because we're going to do them at lunch. I like to run at lunch. I was going to lose some days of PTing, but he talked me into it. Again, I didn't think it was a good idea, but he talked me into it. He's a smart guy. I said, "Okay, let's do it." So first day I go down there, we had about, 100 people in this auditorium, Ross Auditorium, if you know Bremerton Naval Hospital. Place is packed. Questions, lots of questions. And I didn't answer one question. And I'll tell you, I kept track of that because I want to prove myself right and Ken wrong. I didn't answer one question. There were all these questions, is this going to happen? I don't know. It depends on Congress. We can get back pay. I think so. I'll have to check and see. The point is, I didn't answer a darn thing. Second day, same thing. Question. No answer. And again, I kept track of this because I want to prove myself right and Ken wrong. Third day, same thing. Couple of questions. We canceled Thursday and Friday. No one showed up. I'm thinking, what a waste of time. I was kind of angry, man. I lost 3 days of PT. Here's what happened. This is amazing. About a month after that, we had a command-wide employee engagement survey, anonymous. And most companies do this. The Navy calls it a command climate survey, but it's basically an employee engagement survey. Anonymous does it about once a year. This happened about a month after this series of town hall meetings I had, or town hall get-togethers. And it's the scores, basically they're measuring the trust in the commanding officer. I was a commanding officer at that hospital. Broken into cohorts. Younger officers, that cohort trusted me pretty well. That was nice. The more senior enlisted, they trusted me. That's all good. What was fascinating is the cohort of civilians that I had these town hall meetings with. That, again, the group, I didn't answer one question during those 3 days. Their level and trust in me was extraordinarily higher, significantly higher than any other group. It was fascinating is some of the comments they make on these surveys, like most surveys, they can make comments. And one comment after another is, Captain Brouker took time to answer all our questions on the furloughs. He answered all our questions on the furloughs. I'm thinking, who the heck are they talking about? I didn't answer one question. It was true. I kept track. But their trust in me increased significantly. And apparently, I guess you can draw your own conclusions, but it seemed like that calmed their nerves, and they certainly trusted me. Today, in this challenging time of this coronavirus crisis, your folks are very concerned. Get out there, virtual town hall meetings, however you want to do it. Get out there and have your talking points. You could talk about a minute or two. I wouldn't have any slides. Don't do that. Just go out there and say, here's what I know. What's going on, here's some facts, just maybe 1 or 2 minutes max, and then say, I want to hear your concerns. Fire away. And again, if you're not going to have all the answers, that's okay. Calm their nerves, get back with them with some of the key questions that you don't have any answers to, and you'll do great. Hey man, I'm going to close this thing out, but I'm going to do more of these, probably from my backyard, because we are locked down here in California. It's all good. But we're going to get through this thing. We got through it in World War II, and I'm just going to share with you this beautiful article. What this article, the topic is Make America the Medicine Chest of the World. It's an opportunity for, again, the United States to save the world, to come up with the cure for this thing and figure out how to tackle it and win it. So I have all the faith in the world we're going to do it, and I'll continue to have these quick videos and whatnot. But until then, hang in there, stay safe, and God bless you. Bye-bye. Oh, one last thing. My website. Man, I got to tell you my website. www.brokerleadershipsolutions.com. Go to it. There's some good stuff on there. But I'll be getting back with you. Until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.